Welcome back to the Chamber's Radio Hour. This is Ed Dwyer of Dwyer Advisory, joined with Scott Maynard with the Chamber. And boy, do we have a topic I think everybody's going to turn the volume up, because we're going to talk about this year's Nights of Lights. It's been a lot of talk about the news. Last year, maybe it went a little too well. And so some amazing things are coming forth to make this year that much more exciting, but maybe a little more organized. So, Scott, why don't you tee us up?
Absolutely, Ed. You know, this is the 32nd year of Nights of Lights, and it's just grown and grown every year. Last year was an anomaly because it just exploded with the popularity. So everyone has circled the wagons and collaborated and put their heads together, and we're so glad to hear from Melissa and Susan to talk about the changes of this beloved event that happens every year. Susan, welcome.
Well, thank you. I'm so glad to be talking with you all. And I just want to give a little bit of context for our listeners. I'm Susan Phillips. I'm the president and CEO of the St. Johns County Visitors and Convention Bureau. And, of course, you know, our job is to bring all these wonderful visitors into town and then to send them home and tell them they can't move here. That's really what we strive to do. But as Scott mentioned, we did have a huge visitation last year for a lot of reasons. And I'm really excited that even though we had challenges last year, that we as a community are coming together and we are working on solutions. We're looking and listening to everyone to what happened last year, how we can do better. And I think we come up with some really good ideas. I just have to tell you that I'm so proud to be working beside Melissa Whistle with the City of St. Augustine, of course with the Chamber of Commerce, with Scott and Isabel, and with also with the county folks, with Wayne Larson, trying to figure out how we can do a much better job. The city's doing a lot of things, doing a lot of the heavy lifting, but we're trying to help out on the communications messaging, not only for our visitors, but for our residents, our local, our county residents, and our city residents, and also our small businesses.
And that is great. Melissa, I know the city has really stepped up. They partnered with the county as well. Just the logistics of Nights of Lights from a city perspective, from everything from crowd control to traffic control to restrooms to trash pickup to just navigating the mass of people through. Can you talk a little bit about the challenges that have been in the past, but also some changes that may be coming this year?
Sure. Thank you for having me as well. And hello to Susan Phillips. I'm thrilled to be here. Yes, last year we saw off the charts participation, visitation, crowds, people, cars, congestion, you name it. We've been running our shuttle services for about 9 years. And on Light Up Night in particular, we do offer some shuttle services on the island. But the frustration that we had over the season last year with the transportation issue was shuttles were getting caught in these very traffic that we were trying to eliminate. So while we have these off-site, out of the downtown area shuttle areas where you can park, we needed to find a different type of solution for that. We're still going to have the shuttles this year. We're operating them 3 nights out of the weekends, so you'll find the shuttles on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. In the past, we've only run them on Saturdays, so we're extending the operation schedule of that. And you mentioned some of the other big topics of crowd control and traffic control. So you're going to find PSAs, public service assistants, St. Augustine Police Department, as well as assistance from the Sheriff's Department. You're going to see more police presence in helping to monitor the intersections, get the folks across the way so that the cars can go when the lights turn green. You're going to see porta potties, all kinds of porta potties throughout the downtown area throughout the whole season. And then there will be a couple of areas where you'll have extended porta potties for things like the evening of the Regatta of Lights, as well as the day of the parade, the Christmas parade. So lots more porta potties, police presence. You're going to also see some barricades at certain intersections that are going to sort of section off that core downtown area so that we don't have any errant vehicles or people trying to get a little crazy and take out any of our pedestrians. So, and just overall awareness, we're going to be bringing in some contracted work as well to help our own staff to manage the lift of keeping those bathrooms clean and keeping the porta potties clean and the streets and the trash cans and all of it. So I think that answered most of the things you asked about.
And Susan, I know one of the messages that your team is pushing is this is not a drive-through event. We want people to park, take the shuttle, come downtown, and walk through Nights of Lights. Don't get in your car and say, hey, let's drive down to the city of St. Augustine and see the lights.
I am so glad you mentioned that, Scott, because our campaign theme that we're doing this year, and we've never done this before, but we're all working together on this, both the city governments and the county government and the Visitors and Convention Bureau and the Chamber, is know before you go. We want everyone to know what's going on before you come down here. And first and foremost, this is an education and an awareness campaign. We are listening to the residents especially. We want them to know that we want to make it better for them. We also want to make it better for the visitors and also the small businesses. But first and foremost, Nights of Lights is not a drive-through event. I don't think we've ever told people that. I know when I moved here 8 years ago, I thought it was just to come drive through downtown, see the lights, and go back home. It is not a drive-through event. We want people to park, ride the shuttles, walk, stroll, enjoy, spend money shopping and doing all the fun things and enjoy the festivity and all the beautiful lights. So that's really our first and foremost message. But also, for us, this is about making it a way to let people know how they can be safe, what type of experience they can expect. We're trying to tell folks your best experience is going to be during the off-peak days. The off-peak days are during the middle of the week. If you come on Fridays or Saturdays, those are going to be busy days. So please set your expectations, have patience. Again, park in the free lots, ride the shuttle, sing songs, just have a great time and enjoy the event. But don't be driving around and around because that's just simply going to congest the city. And then also for the residents, we don't want folks driving through their neighborhoods. That is their homes. That's where they live. Go park in the appropriate places and go enjoy the event. I just think that it's really good that all of us are saying kind of the same, singing the same hymn, if you will. We're saying the same thing, but we're really trying to help each other out because, again, we can only do this together. This is not a city event. It's not a county event. It's not a visitor and convention event. It is a community event, and we all have to work together to make it better. It's one of the top National Geographic light displays in the world. And we need to make sure that it's a safe and wonderful experience for everyone.
Susan, this is Ed. Something I think is really great about all this. The listeners on the show right now, they're locals, right? They're people that live in St. Johns County. And to me, as a resident, what I know is the know before you go. Like, hey, let's go downtown. Let's see how it's going. Well, hang on. Let me check the app. Let me see if it's going to be a cluster, like there's so many people, everything's full. You maybe go, man, maybe we'll go tomorrow. But if you say, okay, wait a minute, there's a place here. We could park there. It seems reasonable. Let's go. Or maybe we choose to take an Uber. But it gives people options, and then they're not surprised when they get down there. I think that is a game changer.
I agree, Ed, and thank you so much for saying that because as we at the VCB tried to figure out what was our role in this, certainly we bring visitors to town and, again, send them back home safely so they don't move here. But at the end of the day, how do we make it better? Mm-hmm. And when we came up with this campaign, it's about educating and sharing that message for everyone. We have all of the stuff that we've developed is free. We have 5,000 tent cards, posters with our URL, which is nightsoflights.com. It has a QR code. And I love that you mentioned that we've got a brand new app. We've never had a Nights of Lights app. 32 years, and this is our first year. So we developed an app, and we're sharing it with everyone for free. If you download the app, it will show you everything from where you can park, where's the best shuttle space for you, how long it's going to take you to get to that shuttle lot, and then also once you park, approximately how long is it going to take you to get to downtown from there. It also will show you all the dining events, the music, the things to see. And in addition, next month, we actually launched this about a week ago. Within 5 days of launching our app, we had over 5,000 downloads. That's unheard of. In fact, we became one of the top sources on Apple for travel based upon our app. So we know we're doing something right. We're going to be adding new webcams so that next month when you look at the app, you'll be able to look downtown on the Bayfront and see what the traffic's like like. You won't have to even depend upon us. You'll know if it's really busy downtown or not. We'll be adding the beach shuttle, which will be coming up very soon, also public restrooms. So we're trying to make this as robust as possible and just a great free tool for everyone. Again, whether you're a visitor, whether you're a resident, whether you're a family and friend coming to town, or whether you're a small business or an employee, you'll know what's going on.
And that's one item that you mentioned that sometimes gets forgotten, but the employees are also not forgotten in this new process. There are now dedicated parking lots for employees who work downtown. I think that is going to make a huge difference, not only for the employees, but for the business owners as well.
I think you're absolutely right, and Melissa may be able to speak to that a little bit more. I have to tell you how proud I am of the city for what they've been doing, from the city manager and the city commissioners to Melissa and different teams. They have really been trying to pull together to give us that foundation, that infrastructure, so that we have something to promote. If they didn't have all of these things in place, we wouldn't really have a good message to put onto our app. But we've all been working in concert, again, trying to make it better for everyone involved.
So just to answer your question, or to follow up on your comment about the employee parking and the workforce parking, there will be permit parking where you can apply for an employee type permit to park in the Flagler College parking garage. That's going to be for individuals. That will be for the 2 weeks that Flagler College is out during Christmas break. And there will be some other parking areas that are going to be designated workforce that you can apply for through your employer that will be available to the businesses. So be patient with the city. Susan, I really appreciate the shout outs. We have been working very hard. City manager David Bertram, our two assistant city managers, Meredith Bridenstine and Ruben Franklin. It's been a team effort. We're doing the very best that we can to get the messaging out. Lots of changes going on this year. Some of the stuff staying the same, but lots of change. We did several public workshops, really trying to listen to the residents in the community from the city's perspective. So be patient. Look for that information, citysanog.com. All of those resources are on our website as well as yours for knightsoflights.com. And we're just, like you said, Susan, I couldn't have said it better. We're just trying to make it for a better experience for everyone.
Do you know the one thing that I forgot to mention, and I can't believe I did this because we're so excited about this? Let me tell folks how they can download the app. We're so excited about that. If you go to the App Store, and this is whether you're on Android or you're on an Apple iPhone, you go to your store and you look up Knights of Light St. Augustine, and you'll be able to download that app. And what you're going to see is multiple iterations. Right now, we have updated it as current as we can. It doesn't show live parking, but as we get closer to the beginning of Knights of Lights, it will show live parking and the options available. But we're continuing to make improvements and changes on this up until the day that Knights of Lights begins next month.
And I think, too, Susan, we want to encourage everyone to have patience. There's a lot of changes that have taken place this year, and a lot of these are going to be for the good, but this is also going to be a great learning experience for all of us as well, to just come back next year and make it better, and the next year and make it better. So we are excited for Knights of Lights. It's always such a fabulous event, and but looking forward to this year in particular with all of the changes and the new app.
Perfect. Well, that was Susan Phillips from the Visitors Bureau, Melissa Whistle from the city. Thank you both for joining us. Really great stuff. So everybody listening out there, be excited. Go with encouragement, but know before you go to this year's Knights of Lights. We'll be right back with Larry Baumgartner, a chamber member for Best Hope Therapy.